All right, another win for the Astros. Astros take a 2-0 lead on the Seattle Mariners. Really smooth, nicely played baseball game. I very much enjoyed watching Castillo and Valdez go at it. The pace early on was fantastic. The drama was nice. The key moment, once again, Yordan Alvarez with the 2-run shot to give the Astros the 3-2 lead. I'm not sure what Scott Servais was thinking. I know he says, trust my process. We have processes. You don't pitch to Yordan Alvarez in that situation. Unless you're just a hard-headed bozo, you don't pitch to him in that situation. I'm not mad about it. I'm happy he did it. But I can imagine in Seattle, they're pretty upset by it. And that managers like Hardo, hard-headed, I've been in the game for a while, managers will, immediately get defensive whenever their process gets questioned, or whenever you throw something out there, they'll immediately claim there's like some sort of Monday morning quarterbacking that's going into that. And that's not really the case here. The question was asked yesterday, why are you pitching to Yordan Alvarez? And Scott Servais, he gave some long answer about, how he thought he was in the same category as Trout. And you got to pick and choose, and you never, put the tying run on second and all that. But he pitched to him again, and Seattle paid, and they were never able to recover from it. And I know Scott Servais is probably happy that he decided to walk Yordan finally in the 8th, and Bregman hit the single. But despite that, I think that was the right decision by Servais. And I sending out the thing, telling people to come on in. I think he made the right call, walking Yordan Alvarez. And I wouldn't pitch to Yordan Alvarez for another, there's not another time in which I would pitch to Yordan Alvarez if I was Scott Servais. I think that was absolutely foolish, and he paid for it. Unsung hero in this whole thing is Jeremy Pena. Jeremy's gotten on base. Hell, they wasted a leadoff RBI or a leadoff double from Jeremy Pena today, and I believe it was the 4th inning. And the meat of the order was unable to capitalize on it. But Pena, he got on before Yordan hit that 2-run shot today, and he got on yesterday when Yordan hit that walk-off. So Jeremy Pena so far, first postseason. I think he's actually getting the interview right now. I think Carlos Correa is interviewing Jeremy Pena right now as we speak. So I think he deserves a lot of credit. I think Dusty deserves a lot of credit too. Dusty Baker, the gut, and I almost feel like it's disrespectful to call it the gut, but Dusty Baker's gut and what Dusty Baker has done and the decisions that he's made, while often criticized and sometimes rightfully so, they seem to pay off. He went with Montero in the 8th, and it paid off. He took Framber Valdez out when the matchups were favorable in the 6th, and it paid off. And it's been that way since Dusty Baker got here. His feel for the game has been elite in the postseason, and you got to tip your cap to Dusty Baker for that. I thought Framber was good today. This is the second longest start that Framber Valdez has had in the last 2 postseasons, and it's the second longest ever where there's actually fans in the stands. I know he did good in the COVID year, but there were no fans in the stands. So I was pleased with what Framber gave you today. 5 2/3 easily could have stayed in there and battled. The bullpen's been great. The meat of the lineup, and a lot of this has to do with Pena setting the table, but the meat of the lineup has accounted for all but 1 run that has been scored in this series. Think about it. You go 3, 4, 5, Alvarez, Bregman, Tucker, all 3 have home runs, and every single RBI outside of the Yuli Gurriel solo home run you can trace back to the meat of the lineup. The meat of the lineup's like Arby's, or the Astros lineup is like Arby's. They got the meats. That was corny. That's kind of my style, though. I've been known to be corny. Up next, you go to Seattle. You got Lance McCullers, and the Mariners are going to have to beat the Astros 3 times. I don't think that they were shell-shocked. I know, there's been a conversation about, how does Seattle recover from that first loss and how to, how can they find a way to do it? They didn't seem too fazed by it. I think it was really as simple as don't pitch to Yordan Alvarez and give yourself a shot. And Scott Servais, for whatever reason, and the biggest thing about Scott Servais that I think is funny is in the 8th, he decided to walk Yordan Alvarez, which I know Bregman. I'm not like a Monday morning quarterback guy. I'll tell you what I think that someone should do, and I will take you back to what I thought in the moment. I'm not that type of guy. There are some that are, but I'm not that type of guy. Like when Lovie Smith punted for the tie, I was okay with it. That was my initial thought. I don't judge based on result. I think that's chicken bleep when talk show hosts do it. By the way, you can catch me 10 to 2 Monday through Friday on In the Loop on Sports Radio 610. You can see that back there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't too. That would be very much appreciated. But I don't care if Alex Bregman singles or not. That was not the wrong call by Scott Servais to walk Yordan in the 8th inning. That was the right decision. That's probably what he should have done yesterday. And it's not like some sort of random thought. Like I heard Servais say, well, you don't want to put the tying run on second base. I'm not trying to make this about the Mariners. I just think it's hilarious, honestly. Certain ball players call for you to do unorthodox things. Barry Bonds got walked with the bases loaded one time. I think Buck Showalter did it. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think it was Buck Showalter. Yordan Alvarez is like a generational hitter right now. I mean, the stuff that he's doing right now, it's generational type stuff. I know Aaron Judge is going to win the MVP, but Yordan Alvarez, if healthy, and it's a big if, Yordan Alvarez is just as good of a hitter as Aaron Judge, probably better. He's probably a better hitter than Aaron Judge when fully healthy. That's not even a hot take. You don't pitch to him in that situation. That's absolutely moronic by Scott Servais. And again, I got to salute Dusty Baker. And I think everyone else should too. I am wondering, and maybe there's nothing to it. Maybe there's like some numbers to it, and it ended up working out. But I do wonder, like, what's up with did Dusty just feel like Montero had it going in the 8th? Because I assumed that Stanek was going to have the 8th. I think a lot of people did. I was getting a lot of comments on that at Landry Locker on Twitter that, Stanek gets the 8th, and the broadcast was talking about it a lot as well. But he went with Montero. Montero went out there. Boy, that one looked like it was gone, didn't it? To the warning track. But Montero went out there and got the job done, and Dusty's gut was rewarded. I don't know what's up with Stanek. He's going to be fresh. It's going to be a long time since he's pitched. The next time he goes out there. But Dusty's gut was great. Jeremy Pena, as I said, unsung hero, the meat of the lineup, great. I don't like playing National League Baseball with Maldonado batting. I'm not a fan of that. But he didn't even get taken out today. There was a couple times where you probably could have pinch hit for him, but they didn't. I guess they're just married to the Maldonado game. I don't want to completely look past Seattle, but let's be honest, the odds are completely stacked against them. But I don't think you can play National League Baseball against the Yankees. I really don't. I don't think you can send someone to the plate that hits like a pitcher against the Yankees. Not with that lineup, not with the way they've been pitching lately, and not with just that overall mojo. So I am a little bit concerned about that, but who knows? David says not worried, but bullpen likes to keep my ass on the last two. On my couch cushion, yes, I feel you. The bullpen still makes me Nervous. I says, with our bullpen being so great, Fromber just needed to get to the fifth. I agree. I think it was a solid outing. I mean, it wasn't a quality start or whatever, but it was the second best postseason outing that we've seen from Fromber Valdez. Facebook user says, is Yordan Alajuwon and Judge is Robinson when Judge wins the MVP? That's a good comparison. That could very well happen. Just embarrass his ass with a hoo hoo. It's just going to be a little left-handed. Although I think that I think Aaron Boone's a better manager than Scott Servais. I don't think Aaron Boone's really like a bit manager. So it would not shock me to see Aaron Boone walk Yordan Alvarez every time. Wouldn't shock me one bit to see that. I don't know what the Astros do with Aaron Judge. I mean, we would all love to see that, but I don't think Aaron Boone is as dumb as Scott Servais. I could see Boone very easily walking Alvarez and not even giving him a chance to beat him, making Bregman handle it. And if he's going to swing the bat like this, then the Messiah appears to be back. So there'd be something there. The irony of Correa interviewing Pena after that game. I know I saw that. That's hilarious. And Jeremy Pena has been amazing. For a kid getting his first postseason, Jeremy Pena, especially with two outs, when you're in that two spot in front of the meat of the lineup, you got to get on base. And we've seen Jeremy Pena do that a few times now. Yesterday, at the most important time, today, I mean, it's not his fault that he hits a double and all three guys line out and fly out, and then setting the table for Alvarez again. So Jeremy Pena, yeah, he's been good. He's been really good. He's been, I mean, I don't think there was like a passing of the torch. There was more like a, hey, we're not going to pay you, get out of town type thing. But he's filled the void of playoff Carlos Correa, to say the very least. Other key moments from the game. Let's see. I took some notes on this. And if you're new to the channel, just subscribe. It's a work in progress. Been doing this for about a month and plan on it only getting better. We had the Tucker bomb in the second, which is good to see Tuck get in the box score. The third, the Altuve inning-ending Derek Jeter play. I thought that was crazy, especially given the fact the speed of Rodriguez. That Altuve play was absolutely phenomenal. The Mariners had two in the fourth. You then had the wasted Pena leadoff double. And then in the sixth, that was really where I think the game was saved. What's up, Cold-Blooded Savage? In the sixth, with the bases loaded, Dusty decided to pull Fromber. I probably would have let him gut it out, but I'm not Dusty. I don't know this ball club as good as Dusty does, but he pulls him. Neris comes in. Neris slams the door. And then in the bottom of the sixth, Jeremy Pena gets on base. Yordan at the plate. I'm automatically thinking he's going to walk him. He should walk him. He doesn't. And Scott, trust my process service, the walking bit, blowhard, dip bleep, moron, hard-headed, baseball hardo, know-it-all. I've been around the game forever manager. Pitches to Yordan Alvarez, and the rest is history. 3-2. Astros take the lead. Seventh, Dusty decides to stay with Montero. Or in the eighth, he stays with Montero instead of going to Stanek. And the Astros add some of that Aflac, Geico, Allstate, whatever you want to call it, insurance run in the eighth. They win. Ryan Presley doesn't look too good along the way. Real hard hit ball to Yuli, who had a nice scoop of Altuve. He's looking like a Gold Glover, actually hitting a little bit too. That bails Presley out. He gives up a double, but then he ends up getting out of it. So hell of a dub. Up next, Lance McCullers in Seattle. It's going to be loud as hell in Seattle. Get ready for that. It's going to be a hell of an atmosphere They deserve it. They deserve to enjoy some playoff baseball. They're not going to be an easy out. Those fans, you know it from the Key Arena days. You know it from the Seattle 12th man. They're going to be very, very, very loud. It's going to be a very good atmosphere, and I'm happy for them that they get to experience it. But it's going to be a very hard task for them to beat this Astros club. They had their best guy out there. By the way, Castillo was as good as advertised. I mean, good God. That was a smooth outing by him outside of the home run that Alvarez gave up, but it should have never came down to that because Scott Servais should have walked him. So that's all we got for game 2. Keep the comments coming. Keep the interaction coming. I like to interact with you guys. That's the whole point of all this. Texans on a bye week. It's daily Texans content tomorrow. The Lone Star Top 10 in college football is going to come out on this channel. We'll have the daily Texans content. We'll keep this going. We'll keep adding new elements. Keep doing what I do from 10 to 2 on Sports Radio 610, and just keep rapping with you. So follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Keep the comments coming. DMs are open if you have any questions. And I'm just here to we're all in this together. It's a fun time. The whoopee is back. Put the blankie over. It's nice. Texans, Rockets. Process. Astros, process these nuts. All they do is win playoff games. 2-0. One game till hopefully an ALDS showdown with the Yankees. I'll talk to you next time. Have a good night. Football Friday tomorrow starting at 10 o'clock. And we'll have some more content on here. So spread the word. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. This has been the Locker Room on YouTube. Holla.